So this video is all about improving your posture and building strength in your back muscles. Now look, if you're someone that is sat at a desk for many hours or even at a standing desk, chances are that your posture could be improved. And this is because when we're at a desk, we have very rounded shoulders and we tend to flatten our lower back against the chair, which is no good for our spine alignment, and it causes our posture over time to become worse and worse. So there are a few exercises that you can do at the gym which are going to help to alleviate pressure from certain parts of your back and also gain strength in your back, build some muscle, and also improve your posture dramatically. So we're at a new location today, so let's head to the gym and let me run you through this workout.
Right guys, before we head to the gym, I just want to quickly talk to you about caffeine, because I know a lot of people, especially for those guys that are working at a desk, just rely so much on caffeine to get them going that it's kind of had a bit of a bad name in the industry. However, caffeine, when used correctly, is one of the most powerful stimulants and supplements you can take that's going to help with performance. So it's extremely hot here in the UK today, and I've had one coffee in the morning. It's now 11 o'clock and I'm about to hit the gym, and I'm not gonna lie, every now and then I enjoy a sugar-free Red Bull. So this here has a small can, has basically 30 mils of caffeine per 100 grams, so that's about one coffee, I would say. Coffee can vary between 30 to 40 mils of caffeine, so this is 250, so we're looking at around roughly, I'd say 3 coffees to be precise. And I know that my performance at this session is going to be through the roof because of the caffeine intake. Now there's one caveat to this story, and that's why I'm reaching out on here, is I always have my caffeine no later than 1 p.m. because caffeine stays in your system for, I think it's around 10 hours. So then if you want to go to bed relatively early to be well rested, then anything after 1 o'clock, you're gonna run into trouble. So my rule of thumb is no caffeine past 1 p.m. So if I have caffeine at 11, we're good to go. I'm gonna have it roughly half hour before my session, and I know that my performance during that session is gonna be through the roof. So I know a lot of people kind of say, well, I don't drink coffee because it messes up my energy and this, that, and the other. But I feel that when people are saying that, it's because they don't prioritize their rest and recovery and sleep anyway, so then they're relying on caffeine. But if you use it correctly, then I think it's extremely powerful. So heading to the gym now, gonna drink my Red Bull, and we'll see you for the session.
So one of the easiest things that you can do to alleviate back pain is to have a good stretch before your gym sessions. So I always like to focus on rotation because this is what's going to keep your spine nice and healthy. So here are a few exercises that you can try. So another great way to decompress your spine is by doing dead hangs. Now this is great to alleviate pain from your back, but also it helps to strengthen your shoulders, your grip. It's an overall great exercise to start before doing your back workout. Varying your hand positions will also help to strengthen different muscles in your forearm, neck, shoulders. So I always like to mix them up and try and hold for at least 30 seconds on each one. So the first exercise that we have is a seated row. Now what I like to do on here is use a relatively wide grip. And by using a wide grip, this is going to flare your elbows out a little bit more as you row. And therefore you're going to be working a little bit more your upper back and your posterior deltoids, which are located in the back of your shoulder. Now by strengthening these muscles, this is going to massively help with posture. It's going to pin your shoulders back and develop those weaker muscles in your upper back. Now something that I always like to point out on here is to make sure you get a good stretch so that you're able to really challenge those muscles and build some strength in your upper back. So next up we have the single arm row. Now I know that a lot of people do this exercise with their knee on the bench, with a flat bench, but that's been shown that it can cause hernia issues, so I always like to do it in this sort of position. So this is a great exercise to target a bit more your lats this time, and by alternating hands, doing 12 to 15 reps on one side and then switching, you're just fixing any muscle imbalances you may have on your back. So I always like to do one compound exercise by using 2 arms, like in the first example, and then this example next by using a single arm to fix any imbalances. Now this exercise will also challenge your core, so make sure that you keep your core nice and braced throughout the movement, and also keep your elbow tucked in as much as you can, brushing your ribs, because that's going to ensure that you don't use your bicep too much and that you're using your back muscles. Rep range on this one, again, I like to stick between 12 and 15 reps and aim for around 3 sets. So next up we've got the lat pull down, but with the underhand grip. Now this grip is fantastic because it allows you to get not only a better stretch at the top of the movement, but a better squeeze as you come down. So as you can see, the bar is actually going just below my chest line, and that enables you to get a better squeeze on the lats. So I prefer to do it this way. I find that I have more control and that I engage my biceps a little bit less as well. So remember to get a stretch at the top of the movement, so let your lats flare out a little bit, and then also control the tempo on the way up. That's super important. So on this one, because it's fixed resistance, I tend to go a little bit higher reps, so I would go anywhere between 14 to 16 reps. So last one for today, and here we are doing the reverse cable fly. So another fantastic exercise for posture and for working those weaker muscles in the shoulder and the upper back, known as your posterior deltoids. Now guys, you do not need to go heavy on here. As you can see, I've only got 1 plate on each side. Now with this one, I like to have no grips because I can grip the actual kind of cable and where it attaches. I find that grip's a bit more neutral, and also make sure that you're letting your arms cross over so that you get a good stretch on that posterior deltoid muscle. Again, you don't need to go very heavy on here. Anywhere between 12 to 14 reps is a sweet spot, and you probably only need 2 sets at the end of your workout because your shoulders and your back should be finished by now.
Right, so that's the workout done. Hope you guys found that useful. And now I'm about to have my post-workout shake, which in here I have 2 scoops of whey protein, which comes in at around 50 grams of protein. So it's a really good way to get your protein numbers up if you are on the move or you haven't got time to eat 20 meals a day. And I always have that with 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, because that has been shown to be one of the best supplements that you can have in order to build strength and build muscle. And also actually now they've found it even improves cognitive function. So if you're interested in feeling alert and be able to multitask and all that good stuff, then it might be something worth considering. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.